France, 1918. 300 soldiers are trapped behind enemy lines, under devastating, friendly fire. Their only hope of survival is a creature weighing less than a pound, with a bullet hole in its chest and a shattered leg. It will fly through the smoke. It will deliver the message. It will save them. Today, you pass the descendants of these heroes every single morning. You shoo them away from your feet. You call them flying rats. And you completely ignore them. But they haven't always been garbage birds. For 5,000 years, this was the most important animal alive. The bird that built empires, won wars, and laid the very foundation of human civilization. The pigeon did not change. We did. And this is the story of how we learned to unsee our oldest ally. The rock pigeon, Columba livia, is not a city bird by nature. Its original habitat is the wild, windswept cliffs of the Mediterranean. Humans noticed their superpower about 5,000 years ago. In Mesopotamia, the first domesticated pigeons appear in Sumerian cuneiform records. Around 3000 BCE, Julius Caesar used pigeons to communicate with Rome during the Gallic Wars. Egyptian pharaohs deployed them to announce the crowning of a new ruler to the furthest corners of the kingdom. At the time, this was the fastest communication technology on Earth. Genghis Khan built a massive pigeon relay system across Central Asia, receiving orders and intelligence faster than any horse rider could travel. In 1815, the Rothschild family used pigeons to get news of Napoleon's defeat at Waterloo. Before anyone else in London, they got the information first and made a massive fortune on the stock market. During World War I, a pigeon named Sher Ami was shot through the chest, lost an eye, and had its leg hanging by a single, thin tendon. Yet, he didn't stop. He flew 25 miles to deliver a message that saved the lives of 200 surrounded American soldiers. The bird was awarded the French Croix de Guerre. Today, its stuffed specimen is proudly displayed in the Smithsonian Institution. In the Second World War, over 200,000 pigeons served in the British Armed Forces. A pigeon named G.I. Joe saved 1,000 troops by delivering an airstrike cancellation with literally minutes to spare. Make no mistake, these were not cute mascots. They were critical, military infrastructure. If you release a homing pigeon 400 miles away in an unfamiliar location it has never seen, it will find its way back, not approximately, not after days of wandering. It will fly a nearly perfect straight line. How? We know they use the sun as a compass. We know they detect the Earth's magnetic field, using specialized cells in their beaks. They use infrasound, navigating by the low-frequency rumble of oceans and mountain ranges from hundreds of miles away. And they use smell in ways researchers are still trying to map. Flying at speeds of up to 60 miles per hour, they will land precisely on the exact same ledge where they were born. But back in the museum, visitors walk past the display of the legendary Sher Ami, staring into their smartphones. They don't look at the hero, just as they don't look at its living descendants outside. In a digital world, it seems crazy that the fates of hundreds of soldiers, women, and children once depended on the beat of tiny wings. But for millennia, that was our reality. For centuries, Humanity built, funded, and maintained a massive global communication network where the primary operators were birds. In 1844, Samuel Morse sent the first telegraph message. What followed happened instantly. By the standards of history, the telegraph stripped pigeons of their monopoly on long-distance communication. Then the telephone arrived. Then radio. Each new technology made the previous one obsolete, and with each step, the pigeon moved one step further. From necessity, the pigeon had been the fastest thing in the world for 5,000 years. And then, in a heartbeat, it wasn't. The British Army didn't officially retire its pigeon service until 1948. The Indian police kept a pigeon communication unit running all the way until 2002. But the pigeons didn't leave. They stayed in the cities we brought them to, living on the concrete ledges of buildings and bridges that mimic their ancestral cliffs. They still map magnetic fields. They still navigate with flawless precision, but they have nowhere to home to. The lofts are boarded up. The handlers are gone. The missions stopped coming. The pigeon that carried dispatches at Waterloo is biologically and behaviorally identical to the pigeon sitting on a dumpster in New York or London. Same animal, same abilities. The only thing that changed was the frame. We gave them new names. Not messenger pigeon, not rock dove, city pigeon, flying rat, vermin. These words do not describe what the animal is. They describe our resentment, that we no longer have a use for it. The pigeon did not change. We did, and humans, having stopped needing them, simply trained themselves to stop seeing them. The bird on the ledge outside your window, right now, is the direct descendant of lines that flew through Roman arrows, crossed the Sahara for pharaohs, and dropped half dead, delivering messages that changed the very course of world wars. Its internal navigation system is more sophisticated than most instruments humans built before the 20th century. It sees ultraviolet light, senses the Earth's physics, and hears the breath of mountain ranges from hundreds of miles away. It is sitting on your window ledge only because our ancestors decided it was useful, forced it into cities, built homes for it on rooftops, and then tore those homes down, and forgot why the birds were there in the first place. The pigeon did not choose to live among asphalt and cars. We put it there. Your ancestors put it there. You pass it every morning. You have stopped looking at it. But it is still doing what it was born to do, sitting on a ledge, looking at the sky, waiting for a mission. That is never coming anymore. Change demon settings. Here, too, warm tone. But if you stop for a moment tomorrow morning and actually look at it, you are looking at 5,000 years of our history, frozen on dirty concrete. Let me know in the comments, did you know this history? And will you look at them differently? Tomorrow, I read every single comment. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.